welcome first Petition online TV. We are committed live on the headquarters of the voice of citizens and gather to petition the national legislature and the national police for the death threat of the CEO of us sick. So maybe just join your eyes that you share our live video and make your contribution.
On the grounds of the capital, where petitions still everywhere. Liberians. So today our message represents showing Liberians all around the world in general, against this life. This Lebanese business company named Ali Basi, the CEO of the building materials sector of BMC, is always working on this reportage as a Liberian government that has been threatened. This will be Wait. So we can represent. Yeah, I'll be no problem. That's five guys each. Yeah. Y'all need Mr. Petition, gentlemen. Mr. Gentlemen, I'm waiting to push this way. Just give space between you and the police. So y'all need to keep quiet. So, as a Liberian journalist, my name is CH-2, the owner of Voice of Liberia, the capital of Africa. And you have the manager, Mr. Darlington Popper, who runs the day-to-day activities of the radio station. All the people you see at the back of us, some of them are down-heart listeners. And they are also they follow all of the things we do on the radio. Advocacies we render, seeking the interest of the Liberian people in terms of their rights should be protected. We have students as well, other media institutions here. So we come on this day to present to the Liberian National Police, and so good. You want Commissioner Prince David. Okay. Commissioner Prince David, Unit 5, as 105, has agreed to accept our petition as journalists. We are not politicians. So we want you people to listen, please. Petition statement to the Liberian National Police, the Liberians for the protection of human rights and Voice of Liberia. Monrovia, Thursday, February 16, 2023. Whereas, as a law-abiding citizen, following a threat of my life on Tuesday, February 7, 2023, from a man who identified himself as Ali Obasi, claiming to be the owner of the building material store on Capitol Bypass. I wrote to the police requesting an investigation. Whereas, despite receiving the communication on February 10, 2023, the police, whose duty is to maintain law and order, as well as ensure safety, are yet to investigate these concerns that we reach out to them. Whereas, during the telephone conversation, Ali mandated me to immediately abandon my ongoing investigation involving the businesses in question or risk losing my life. Whereas, transcripts of the telephone conversation was attached to the official complaint filed to the Liberia National Police. Whereas, on multiple occasions, during the interview, Ali reminded me to record him or having a record of our conversation and advised me not to take his threat lightly, bragging that he has connection to all the top ranking officials of the government. As such, nothing will have come out of any complaint filed against him. Since that day, Ali calls me almost daily to remind me about the threats. During his most recent call a few days ago, he reminded me that from VMC, store right on the Capitol bypass, is not far from our office, and he could get to me whenever he wanted. Whereas information in the public shows that this Lebanese national, Ali, is the only foreigner in Liberia riding vehicle with Serene. Whereas, following pronouncement about our peaceful assembly today, the police called me on yesterday, which was Wednesday, February 15, 2023, at 9:37 a.m., asking me for a meeting at 10 the same time. At which time I was in consultation with our lawyers and my family members outside of Monrovia, to be specific in my case. Whereas the delay on the part of the police to investigate this matter clearly shows that the police do not have interest in my life, nor is the police having interest in investigating the matter. Whereas I viewed the conduct of the police as a deliberate attempt to protect a foreign national over a Liberian who has done nothing wrong to deserve such a threat. Now, therefore, in view of the above concerns, observations, and in the midst of the reported number of questionable deaths that have occurred in Liberia over the last few years, I'm constrained to remind you, the police, that my life is in the hands of you people. As you delay in investigating this serious matter, just as Ali said, I'm now beginning to believe that nothing will be done to ensure justice, but we want to use this petition to let the world know that my safety going forward rests on the shoulders of Ali and the Liberian National Police. Because as I stand here, I honestly don't know the next move of Ali against my life. Don't honor my signature this 16th day of February AD 2023. Signed Sekou Sharif, CEO Voice of Liberia, also a Liberian journalist, investigative journalist, and my number is attached. Thank you very much. As I present this to you, like what we said in the communication, we still live in fear about the threat of our life, even though we are disappointed the way in which it has happened from the police. But we still remain resolute that this country is a country of law. No matter the threats, we remain law-abiding and challenge the police to do what is right.
Thank you very much. Mr. Simple Sheriff, I can show you that we have seen the power of communication today with the Federal Sheriff of Police. We show that remember, police is all here to serve and protect those that we hold. So just that. I'm Commissioner Prince Davis. My code is Unit 105. I'm the Commissioner of Police Operations.
So, Commissioner, I want to say thank you. You said we should use this right here. Thank you very much for just that, yeah? Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so the petition has been read and presented. Please view 105, Unit 105, Voice of Police, what shows
Prince Davis,
the CEO of Force of Liberia Petition,
So you consider just thank you very much. Thank you.
Jamais les brigands, on ne fait pas ça là. C'est pour là, c'est pour
I'm a great year. Many people are asking, why the scriptures, talking to people.
We should leave where they can, we agree. It's advocating for young people. It's advocating for the basketball country. You say that you want to defeat or you want to marginalize the right of the baby of the so-called men that you want to invest or you want to sell. Our judges have to call this act of the Liberian National Police will not respond quickly and safely to the process of military. It is about studying. Yes, sir. We need to call about this way. We are saying as young people, we remain on the back of the military until our crack can be here. As you are here seen today, we are just on the Liberian National Police and we propose to them. We are here at the Capital Belly. We are waiting on the central government to take a step, immediate step. And the president has been so long in the Liberian National Police.
Our own operation, when our kids were at morning, teacher, many don't want to shoot out. And they call it beginning of we support Seku. And we will not stand by his side. So on our basis, we are setting this caveat. General. I want to say general. Our justice system will not be sold to foreigners. Our people lost their life for the justice that we have today. The freedom that we are enjoying today, people lost their life for it. So we cannot have young people on the stem for the mathematics. And we have it 19 system. I don't want to protect the interest of Liberians. So we will not say that we as young people will continue to be in the wrong. We are taking this stand by our cover. So we'll be sharing our an advocate for the young people of our country. So on our business, Congress want to say to you that we will stand by, say we'll be sharing on the case, the big best opposition that so will be salva. So Congress don't want the national police to put their saying in space where they'll be bad by foreigners. We labor for the freedom today. Our people lost their life for the freedom today. So we must have to enjoy the freedom today. So Congress, we want to assure you that the process will be successful and the process will be investigated to the best and that we have a justice system that will stand as an independent body. Any attempt for the justice system to serve that right that we are giving as a justice system, we as the young people, they will have up in the gallery every day, stand on the back of civil judiciary to have the process be successful. So Congress want to say that we as young people, we will continue to stand on the right path of our country. We want to see a progressive Liberia. We cannot have a Liberia that will continue to ride the glass on the places. We cannot have a Liberia that will judicial system will be selling to foreigners. We cannot have a Liberia that will not have Liberians enjoying their freedom. We cannot have a Liberia and the Liberians will not enjoy the justice system. We cannot have a Liberia that our leaders' lives will be threatened. So, you cannot throw the line on the people leader. You expect people to say violent. We will not say violent. We will stand on the back of the Liberian National Police to ensure that they investigate the case to the best of the judiciary case so that we can have a successful and a peaceful process. And the process will be peaceful as long as the judiciary continue to be the one that will head the massacre of our country. As long as it will continue to be the one to lead the young people in our country. And we are following our country one period. If you are 7 years old, he is always in the stand for the massacres of our country. That's the reason you see people behind today. So Jerry didn't pay money for people to be behind today. Yeah, your opinion is like this. So Jerry didn't pay money for people to be pussy oil. Not down that Jerry getting all this. Because the owners of that's the reason you see they are here today. So you can see young people here today. Let's ensure to you that the young people believe in the ideology of Seku Bishari. As long as Seku Bishari continue to remain in the interest of the masses, we the young people we will remain to support the judiciary until we can have a progressive Liberia. Some people have decided to on the line in order to ensure that Liberia becomes a better country. Liberia to become a country, our judicial system will be protected. Liberia to be a country that young people interest will be protected. Liberia should be a country that we citizens should have the right to enjoy our freedom.
Raise the placard, man.
That those people
Raise
be an advocate. We cannot be advocate on behalf of our country and we have foreign nationalized now. The judiciary will continue to stand in front of the people. We the people will stand on the back of the judiciary to ensure that we have a progressive Liberia. So we are saying it again. The Nigerian National Police do not sell their right, do not sell the freedom that we have fought for to foreigners. Why is that a man? Why is that dollar? That dollar is not important in the life of the people. So we really need to also military until the process is successful.
And it feels great. Even though there's a sorrow of threats, but I think it is grateful on this day to be here to speak to you so that our message will reach our direct representatives. I'm journalist CH-2. I don't know, you want us to start or you want us to wait? Can we start or you want us to wait? I'm journalist CH-2. I'm the owner of Voice of Liberia on the Capital Bypass. With me, I have the General Manager and President of Mr. Zalito Kopa. He's the General Manager and has the Voice of Liberia. And also, we have different media institutions that joined the fray today to sympathize with us as what has happened to us. And the other people you've seen, they are all Liberians, are listening to our programs on the radio that have since been interested about the threat on our life. Please permit me on this day, 16th of February, at about this time, to present to you our petition, calling your attention about the threat on one of the citizens' life. Petition statement to members of the 54th National Legislature, presented by the Liberian people for the protection of human rights in Voice of Liberia. Monrovia, Thursday, February 16, 2023. Whereas investigative journalist means a journalist who tries to discover information of public interest that someone is trying to hide. Whereas for far too long, the issue of journalist safety has been taken for granted in Liberia. The country has a long history of repression of the media. This dates back to other regimes before the war, where many perceived journalists as people who should accept attacks and victimize them as a means of accomplishing or referring to them as professional people deemed as risky. Whereas upon the coming in of the Coalition for Democratic Change-led government in 2018, President George Weah renewed his government's commitment to upholding the tenets of press freedom and the protection of journalists after signing into law the Kamara Abdullah Kamara, KAK for short, Act of the Press Freedom. Whereas The KK Act of Press Freedom also strengthens and actualizes Liberia's commitment to several legal instruments signed onto, such as Freedom of Information Act, the Table Mountain Declaration, and many others. Whereas, as an investigative journalist, as Sekou Sharif sought and obtained classified documentations and collaborated all the necessary testimonies from whistleblowers linking some foreign businesses to an alleged criminal syndicate, thereby defrauding the Liberian government in taxes. Whereas, in an attempt to seek clarification and to authenticate the documents linking some of those businesses, are communicated with some of the managers of the businesses in question, who have since denied the allegations. Whereas, as the investigative process was ongoing, I received a telephone call on Tuesday, February 7, 2023, from a man who identified himself as Ali Kobasi, claiming to be the owner of the building material center on the Capital Bypass, not too far from our radio station. During the telephone conversation, Ali mandated me to immediately abandon my ongoing investigation or risk losing my life. Whereas, what got me so terrified, it is that during the telephone conversation, Honorable, Ali reminded me on multiple occasions to recall the conversation and advised me not to take his threats lightly, bragging that he is connected to all the top-ranking officials of the government. As such, nothing will come out of my complaint when filed to any of the government institutions, including you, the lawmakers.
Exactly.
Since that day, Honorable, Ali calls me almost daily to remind me about the threat. Audio of the call is available. So, during his most recent call a few days ago, he reminded me that from his BMC store on the Capital Bypass to my office was very short, and he could get to me whenever he wanted. Whereas, information in the public shows that this Lebanese national, Ali, is the only foreigner in Liberia riding a vehicle with Serene. And it is alleged that he has a gun in his possession. Whereas, Honorable, being worried about the threats against my life, I immediately wrote the Liberia National Police, the National Commission on Human Rights, and other embassies near Monrovia, including institutions, on February 10, 2023, bringing to their attention the threats from Ali Kobasi. Whereas, Honorable, since we wrote the police is yet. We wrote the police on the 10th. The police is yet to conduct any investigation into said complaint nor invite the accused for questioning. Whereas, following pronouncement about our peaceful assembly today, the police called me on Wednesday, February 15, 2023 at 9:37 a.m. asking me to be in a meeting at 10, at which time we were having consultations with our lawyers and our parents out of Monrovia, somewhere in Pakistan. Now, therefore, in view of the above concerns, observations, and in the midst of the reported number of questionable deaths that have occurred in Liberia over the last few years, I humbly seek your intervention as the people's deputies to ensure my safety and the justice is served immediately. In this grave matter, as I honestly don't know the next move of Ali against my life. Being a journalist is not a crime. Being an investigative journalist is not a crime. Honorable, I want you to extend this message to your police that Liberia is losing millions of dollars from the free port of Monrovia with some of the people at LIA. Honorable, I'm willing to give myself to an investigative team trusted to provide pieces of document authenticated. As I stand to you today, even last night, Alice was making means to get a meal. This could not be just Ali. You have other business people that are involved. Please intervene so that a Liberian journalist that has uncovered a very big syndicate. When you people sit at the legislature and say you all need money, there is no money. Money is being stolen from somewhere within the government, and I'm willing to submit.
So, exactly.
Don't honor my signature of this 16th day of February, AD 2023. Sekou Sharif, like I said, from my early deliberation, owner of Voice of Liberia and a Liberian investigative journalist.
Thank you for receiving the petition. Thank you. Babu's gone. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sekou Sharif. Thank you for great elaboration. Let me say this to the public so that everyone who have come along with me can have interest in my committee. The reason that Orokaba is placed in this committee is all about the justice. It's all about representing the youth populace of this nation. In the House, the entire policy being at the face of young people in this country. I stand to say, Mr. Seri, we have passed this into law. That journalists in totality are allowed to express their feelings. Even though some journalists sometimes get false information. I'm a living witness where journalists are live on me, where I brought the solar light in this country. And only because the journalist myself, when I have to go, he said it was counterfeit, which all of us went at the people of Monrovia and was so light. And the press freedom of this nation, they appeal, they carry on investigation, which they demanded them to appeal to me and to the entire nation. But Mr. Sharif, one way or the other, no one will harm you if you are saying right thing or if you are doing the right thing. I'm seeing a lot of little mistakes here, but because of the emergency attached, myself will take on the mistake because we have both houses. We have the Senate and that of representative. But then that this document is so interesting to me, I'm going to let you know after a year so that we can rectify the mistake for the chief clerk to place this document on hold because it is all about your life and the life of all journalists. Mr. Sharif has stand before the journalists to say no lawmaker, absolutely no lawmaker will buy any foreigner who will be threatening journalists by police country. Believe me that I will take the issue serious and will be placed on the floor by Tuesday. The reason that today will not be placed on the floor is because the agenda has been already prepared. But Tuesday, trust me, even if you allow me to place call to that particular guy in question, to have tete-a-tete discussion with you and the guy, if you allow me, I can do that. Because sometimes when you place call, other guy will say, oh, the man trying to connect with a foreign investor. Or if it needs your system, at least we can do that before Tuesday. But for here, I'm going to show this to the speaker and the chief clerk so that it can be placed on the floor by Tuesday morning. Thank you. Free, relax. Nothing will happen to you. We're all brother and we'll keep the peace in our country stable. Thank you.
Thank you. Before yes, go ahead.
My full name is Honorable Bumpu Erkano, representative of District Mufo, Nimba County, representing the Committee on Pleas and Petition at the level of
So, Representative Nimba County.
So, Honorable, I want to say thank you. I think you meant to raise the issue where we did now, include the Liberian Senate, which let me just.
When petitioner, when they send a petition, everyone going to go to the House of Senate, the level of Senate, you address it to them. When coming to us, you address it to us. So I see no mistake.
Okay, so I'm willing, let me say this in front of journalists and Liberians are here, for you to place a call. But there's one thing I remain firm on. There have been a lot of attempts for compromising this thing. People came to my office, rejected. So I'm now willing, and I hope when you're calling him, we should do it before journalists, so that he can speak, let the people hear it, so that I can speak, let the people hear it, and everything I will say to you, let me provide up.
And thank you. I'm not talking about discussion of behind closed door. I'm talking about discussion where press will be, so that we, the committee's member, can do our own investigation. But I think it will be discussed at the general level.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You relax and you'll be safe.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. So, what?
So if we just this is sufficient
So we're going to move from here to the headquarters of Voice of Liberia, and where we're going to, leave and go to our various homes. Let me say this. This is not just about Siku. This is about Liberia. And you listen to me even telling the lawmakers that I'm willing to, get involved whenever they are ready to investigate. If only they are sincere, we will provide them the pieces of evidence and let the right thing be done. But the threat is what we need to look at. Mind you, as we've decided to come here, I received a credible information that even the St. Ali man has worked along with some of the police people to be sparse on what we do here. So it tells you that even the police might not say anything good because Patrick is showing his, his party to this thing. His Patrick is Sudu's best friend. So at the end of the day, he won't do anything. He called me, we spoke, he knows about the threat, I wrote him, but he chose not to do anything about it. You people saw when we reached there because we wanted to be more professional. We don't want people to think Patrick Sudu is the one that's supposed to come in and receive this petition. He's not supposed to say it, but he did it because he wants to protect his friend, Ali Kubasi. But I can say this to Patrick. He likes it or not, it's on our obligation to protect us. And he needs to do it. And the next thing after, Patrick and the Liberian people will know the relationship between Ali Kubasi and Patrick Sudu. That's the reason why he doesn't want to do this thing. It is alleged that most of the homes that Patrick has is Ali that did it. So how will Patrick want to do something about it? I'm talking about Patrick Sudu here.
Yes.
Right? So I'm saying it. Even though I know there will be bias in their investigation, but I will do everything to submit myself to investigators and challenge them for the right thing to be done.
Yes.
After you have gotten withdrawal from the LNP and the house, what's the next step?
I will sue Ali. I'm waiting to hear because when you go to the court, they will tell you that you go to the police. So a case you generate from the police depends on the case. So such a case should come from the police. So I have done my best. I wrote them carelessly and regrettably. Patrick did not do what he needed to do, like I said, because it is his friend. But I still will do what is right. I will go there and I will challenge them and I will prove them that this man threatened my life because I have uncovered something. And from there, we'll go to the court. This is a country of law. This man brags that nothing can happen to him. We want to see if this country is a country of men or it is a country of law. No one, no matter your connection in Liberia, should think that you can threaten a journalist and think that, because you know XYZ. Even the president of this country is a very peaceful man. He will not support these kinds of things. That he brags that he knows all the people and everything. He brags that he knows Pepsi Yeke. These are things that we don't want to go into. But we also want the public to know these are the people he claims he's depending on to do what he's doing to threaten our life. The ball or the thing has just started. From the police, we'll go to the court. After the court, we'll use all of means. But this thing will not be business as usual. Let the government, let me say this, be willing to work along with me. As a journalist, I'm willing to disclose and make the public to know that the free port of Monrovia is making millions of dollars and few business people are enriching themselves with the likes of the people that are working along with them at the detriment of the Liberian people.
Your action today, Sheriff, what message you think is sent to Liberians within and in the diaspora as well?
So it sends a message that we have foreigners in Liberia knowingly, willingly violating our laws, quote unquote, because they think they are connected. But I believe and I trust that this is a country of law, not of men. No matter who you know, we will need to do what is right. So my message here is to send a message to all the foreigners in Liberia, including Liberians. No matter who we are, we should not use our proximity to infringe on the rights of people or do what is wrong.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff, to leave it quickly, based on the preconceived mind that this Ali question about representative goes to the authority, what is your stand after the development fund in your site? How we do this?
This is not a preconceived mind. When you listen to me and you listen well, I said, and I'll repeat myself, I have an audio conversation where Ali said to me, I should record him. And following that, I should continue to talk and I will get tired. He brags that he knows almost everyone. Evidence of what the police did. When we wrote them on the 10th, they did not call us, but they called us on the 15th at 9:37, few minutes to 10, and asking me to go and subject myself to investigation.
Thank you so much.
This is not a protest.
It's a petition.
They're not wearing any t-shirts. This is a peaceful march to call the attention Let me repeat myself. We wrote the police on the 10th. Today is the 16th. This is a terroristic threat. This is not just one of the things that you told me. There's a threat on my life. And there's a beast syndicate that Ali wants to protect so that the police can continue to do what they're doing. So, the only way Patrick Sulu can take this serious when he's being questioned. Maybe when the lawmakers tell him that you need to do what is right, he will distance himself from his friendship with this man and do what is right to go into the case. Because he is showing the side of this case. And at the appropriate time, we'll make the people to know. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. This is how we have to come to the end of the broadcast. And then the reporter Simeon will talk about from my end.